Can we look away from the Pak terror reality because it's not India that's making the noise this time? Good evening to the gentlemen on the panel as I introduce them. Brigadier Haris Nawaz, defense analyst, joining us from Karachi. He's in the check shirt with the spectacles there. Ambassador Ali Sarwar Naqvi is to the left of Brigadier Nawaz on the screens. Lieutenant Colonel Shafqat Saeed is there right alongside Commodore Singh. And then towards the top half of the panel where we look at Major General G.D. Bakshi, Colonel R.S.N. Singh, and of course Captain A.B. Tajul Islam, who's the Chairman Parliamentary Standing Committee, Bangladesh. Now you are one of the many more voices who have had enough of this ISI hand. Year after year, time after time, this is what surfaces. There has been evidence in the past and there is clear link this time around too, Captain. Captain Tajul Islam, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I do hear you.
Now, this hand, the ISI hand in terms of trouble, the Dhaka, there are many people, including your Home Minister, who believe that an ISI hand cannot be ruled out, mainly because of their accepted patronage of the JMB.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you see, when I was the minister in charge of Minister of Liberation War Affairs in 2009, there was a proposal in the parliament, the decision proposal, to trying the war criminals in Bangladesh. And since then, the Pakistan, directly or indirectly, creating problems in Bangladesh, they never wanted that we should try the war criminals. And, the recent reaction in their parliament regarding the, death sentence executed, the war criminals, Pakistan has expressed their, concern about this in our domestic affairs. Pakistan is a country who is always engaged the resources in creating problem in other country rather than improving the fate of their own citizen. And we believe that in this attack, in this suicidal squad, they have some or other, they have some connection. And it is understood that in recent years, there was this sort of activities in India, Bombay, and that took about 72 hours to control it. But here, in this case, Bangladesh Army was given the responsibility to clear the target. And in the morning, 7:40, they started, and within 13 minutes, they cleared the target. And they have rescued 13 lives alive. Out of these, 3 was from outside, 2 Sri Lankan, 1 is Japanese, and 10 from Bangladesh. This 13 lives was saved by this operation, and they cleared the target.
Captain Tajul Islam, the really important point that you make, that this is not in fact the first time, and I'd like to go across to our Pakistani guests on that. And before I come across to you, Ambassador Naqvi, some more examples from the past. In 2012, the ISI essentially admitted to funding the right-wing Bangladesh National Party during the 1991 general elections. Of course, that was a statement that was retracted later on. And in 2009, the ISI's role largely suspected in funding the paramilitary mutiny of the Bangladesh Rifles, in which 57 officers were killed. This time too, we have seen categorically the Home Minister, the advisor to Sheikh Hasina, the INB Minister of Bangladesh coming out and categorically saying that there is an ISI footprint here and our homegrown terror is being funded and trained by elements in Pakistan. Your first response to that, Ambassador Naqvi?
I will point out first of all that there have been terrorist incidents in Istanbul, in Baghdad, in Dhaka, and now in Saudi Arabia. Now, this is a worldwide...
And in Saudi Arabia, sir, the man is found to have been a Pakistani national.
Please let me speak. Please let me speak. Okay, now... all these terror attacks in the Muslim world cannot all be attributed to one source, and you are making a highly responsible approach to this whole question by linking the Dhaka attacks to the ISI. I mean, the reports are that all the perpetrators of the Dhaka terrorist attack were Bangladeshi citizens, Bangladeshi nationals, young people who came from affluent families and who carried out these attacks. So that's a totally different picture. The Home Minister of Bangladesh has given a statement that there is no direct link, no link that can be established. And then the advisor to the Prime Minister, Professor Gohar Rizvi, has said that all implications of any link with Pakistan is pure rubbish. So, I mean, what are we talking about? You are constantly
the very same voices,
Pakistan
Ambassador, with due
and
respect,
ISI for no good reason.
The very same voices,
no substantive reason.
Ambassador, no.
Ambassador Naqvi, I just want to remind you that today, with every fresh dawn in the world, wherever there is a strike, wherever there is a terrorist attack, and whether it is eastward of Pakistan, westward, northward, southward, whenever any terrorist attack takes place, when the media connects up the dots, the leads,
that is
all go to
totally
Pakistan is either funding
foolish obsession with Pakistan and ISI.
No, Ambassador Naqvi,
or they are weaponizing.
Commodore Jijit Singh.
Lead goes to Pakistan. It has become an epicenter of the world today.
So who was Mohammad Mazhar Khan? Ambassador Naqvi, who was Mohammad Mazhar Khan? Wasn't he an attaché in the Pakistan High Commission?
Pakistan is the only one which is being blamed. It's the world media.
No, Commodore Jijit Singh, let's talk about facts. We are talking about Dhaka 2015, fake currency notes into India, and also funding the local outfit, that is the Jamaat-ul Mujahideen Bangladesh. Who was Mohammad Mazhar Khan?
I refuse to accept that.
What was Mohammad Mazhar Khan? The Bangladesh intelligence agencies have evidence that earnings through fake currency smuggling were given to radical outfits like Lashkar-e-Toiba, Hizbul Tahrir, Harkatul Jihad al-Islami, and the Jamaat-ul Mujahideen Bangladesh. This is 2015. Then Pakistan, December 2015, diplomat Farima Ashrat had to be called back after a JMB member revealed how she was funding terror activities in Bangladesh. Now, what is this?
That was concocted.
This is all concocted. Captain Islam. Now, Ambassador Naqvi believes it's all concocted.
Yes.
I see you smiling there.
Yes.
Captain Islam.
Well, what they want to? One of their diplomat was one of their diplomat in Dhaka.
You can give me a counter narrative.
Wait, Ambassador. Let's listen into Captain Islam. I'll come to you. Yes, Captain Islam.
One of their diplomat in Dhaka, he was caught red-handed and he was withdrawn by Pakistan. And Pakistan during 1965, 66, 67, Pakistan had a training center in Chittagong Hill Tracks to create insurgency problem in India. This is their habit.
Yeah.
All the way they are not spending the resources.
No, also, gentlemen, now Ambassador Naqvi, you ended what you said with the most oft-repeated line that we have heard, which is that India is obsessed with Pakistan. But that's not the case. The fact is that the Bangladeshi senior ranking ministers have said so. We have now, and I will tell you now, what about Saudi? What about the Saudi connection? 1 second.
This time they are not.
No, 1 second. Let's get Brigadier Haris Nawaz in on this. Brigadier Haris Nawaz, is India obsessed with Pakistan? What about the statements that are coming from the other countries? What about Saudi connection? Now, the man, 1 second. Allow me to speak, gentlemen. Saudi Arabia has identified the suicide bomber who struck outside one of Islam's holiest site as a Pakistani resident at the kingdom who had been there for the last 12 years. Who is concocting these facts, sir? Brigadier, who is concocting these facts? They are all there in the public domain and they are established connections to Pakistan. This is not, you can't concoct the fact that the man who blew himself up was a Pakistani national.
Actually, you must know that Daesh has already enrolled all over the world all over the world, these enrolled people, they can be one of the Pakistanis in Jeddah, that he has done it. But you must realize that Bangladesh, I take it as a satellite country of yours. They speak your master voice. Whatever you say, Bangladesh is going to say, because their advisor of the Prime Minister recently said that they feel sorry, they never said anything, and rather they have written a letter to Pakistan embassy in Islamabad that it was a concocted story. We never blamed Pakistan. Pakistan not done anything.
No, in fact, sir, I'm sorry, I have to correct you here. I'm sorry, the High Commissioner's letter is right here with us, and it is not, in fact, it is not the advisor to Sheikh Hasina who has made any sort of clarification. The fact is, yes, there has been a clarification from Asaduzzman Khan, and he has talked about referring to a group which has been banned in Bangladesh for more than a decade. They have no...
How can you say?
No, the fact is that first the INB minister, then the advisor to Sheikh Hasina, and then of course the Home Minister, who later on changed his statement, have come out and said categorically that there is an ISI footprint. We need to get our other panelists in as well. I'm going to go across to Major General G.D. Bakshi on this. Now, G.D. Bakshi, we are hearing the oft-repeated line once again. India is obsessed with Pakistan. India has concocted this story. The Indian media is in fact concocting lies. What about the facts that are coming in from other countries? What about the fact that the man who blew himself up in Saudi Arabia was a Pakistani national?
Why don't you say that ISIS is all over the world, and that they are doing in Yemen, they are doing in Iraq, they are doing in Syria, they are doing all over the country. Why do you talk only of Pakistan? Why you are obsessed with Pakistan? And the same is happening in Bangladesh. They are doing the same thing.
Why in the war criminals process, in the process of, the law has processed and law has given them the verdict. The court has given them the verdict, and they were hanged. Why the Pakistan Assembly has shown their reaction?
Your people you are the state terrorist country, you are doing all things. What you have done in Pakistan, you are doing.
Why the war criminals in Bangladesh are by tribunal, international war criminals tribunal, they have punished them.
Captain Islam and
why Pakistan has shown the reaction? What is their interest?
Brigadier Harris Nawaz.
What is your interest? We have punished the war criminals by due diligence of law. And why you have shown your reaction?
Where the war criminals? There are no war criminals.
We have punished the war criminals. What Pakistan has the problem? Why you have shown the reaction?
You can play this victim card elsewhere.
You have created a problem in this country.
This victim card elsewhere. I'm just going across to our other panelists also, bringing them in, going across to Major General G.D. Bakshi, Brigadier Harris Nawaz. Brigadier Harris Nawaz. Brigadier Harris Nawaz. And Major General G.D. Bakshi.
Their resources for improving the lot of their own people, not to create problem in other countries.
Captain Islam, too many people.
The whole world is a global village now.
Yes, Major General G.D. Bakshi.
In 1970.
Yes, Major General G.D. Bakshi. Yes.
Can I kindly come in?
Yes, Major General G.D. Bakshi. Go ahead.
Thank you. You see, what I would like to point out to our Pakistani interlocutors is all your neighbors, whether India, whether Afghanistan, whether Iran, please hear our Bangladeshi friend. They are sick and tired of your shenanigans. You don't live in peace. You don't let any of your neighbors live in peace. We are not saying this. Our Bangladeshi friends are saying this. Our Afghan friends are saying this. The Iranians are sick of you. Don't you think it is time to look within? Don't you think it is time to look within and find out why you are so hated and despised the world over? Any incident takes place in the world, the first thing is to trace it back to the jihad factory on the Afpak border. Please hear what your Saudi friends are telling you. That the man who has been arrested for trying to bomb there is of Pakistani origin. You have invented a beltway of terror. You have invented a factory, a jihad factory on your Afpak madrasas, and all these chickens are now coming home to roost on your own soil. You know, as Hillary Clinton very correctly told you, you keep these snakes, you feed the snakes milk, they will bite you.
Yeah, that's the point. Now, Major General G.D. Bakshi, let's get Lieutenant Colonel Shafqat Saeed's response on that. And that is the larger point that is being made. Every time you talk about Pakistanis themselves being victims of terror, one needs to introspect as to why exactly that is happening. That is because terror camps are blooming on your soil. Now, I ask you, Lieutenant Colonel Shafqat Saeed, and you find something very amusing about this, but the point that was being made by G.D. Bakshi is so apt because it's not just Bangladesh, it's not just Saudi Arabia, it's not just India. Your Pakistan ISI has been been accused of being deeply involved with the Haqqani network as well. Your own diplomat from Sri Lanka, I'm talking about Sri Lanka now, your diplomat, Amir Siddiqui, was managing ISI activities in India from Sri Lanka, and it was only after he was exposed that you had to recall him. It is a footprint which is there across this entire region. And now with more countries than just India speaking up, how long can you continue to deny it?
Your perception is absolutely wrong whenever you link to Pakistan anything that has happened in Bangladesh or like it anywhere in the world, because your perception of ISI is not correct. ISI is not something which would do things like that. And let me tell you, ISI specification are yet to be understood, capabilities are yet to be understood by General G.D. Bakshi and like other analysts of yours, because it is an organization which dismantled Union of Soviet Socialist Republic into 15 countries, right? And if it works against India, India is nothing as compared to Union of Socialist Soviet Republics, right? And Bangladesh is too small for ISI. ISI is not doing anything which you are blaming it for. And pray that it does not do anything like that, because it would be a big problem for you.
So don't
listen to me.
It is the discredit that needs to be accorded to Shavkat Saeed. Sir, this is the reality. Colonel, this is the reality. A couple of months ago, as I bring in Colonel Anand Singh, as I bring in another
Colonel, looking at people
Sir, the information minister,
that they are suffering. That this is
Colonel Shafqat Saeed, the information minister just a couple of months ago, the information minister of Bangladesh, Hasanul Haq, has gone on record to say that he fears about 8,000 Bangladeshis have come back after receiving training from Afghanistan and Pakistan. These are training camps which he feared are being run by the Al-Qaeda.
ISI does not do these things.
Sir,
if ISI gets on to do this, it has capability of dismantling a country like Soviet Union. You are no nothing in front of it.
There is a haven.
Thank God it is not
a haven for terror. There is a haven for terror, which is Pakistan increasingly the role of the intelligence agencies in cahoots with organizations like Lashkar-e-Taiba. He's showing. Colonel Anand Singh. Colonel Anand Singh.
Pray that it does not work.
Colonel Anand Singh.
And all the...
You are no match to it.
Colonel
you have
Anand
no problem for it. Pray to God that it does not work against you.
Shafqat Saeed, sir,
it is not working against
you. Pray to God that it does not work against you, because you are a victim of what you have created on your own soil. That is exactly what you are seeing, Colonel Shafqat Saeed. And the fact is that if more and more nations increasingly believe and see the reality, what's all come down to in Pakistan, which is spiraled out of control, which you have got no control of, then nobody can help Pakistan unless Pakistan decides to help itself. Colonel Singh.
We don't do it. We are
Colonel
not doing
Singh.
It is your own.
Colonel Anand Singh.
Please read who killed
Colonel Anand Singh.
Please read who killed Kurkure. Please read
Colonel Anand Singh. Colonel Shafqat Saeed, we are going to get a response now from a man who understands intelligence extremely well. So you will please have the courtesy to allow him to make his opening comments on the debate. Yes, Colonel Anand Singh.
He has exposed the Pakistani mindset. Now let me tell you, the greatest mistake that the Pakistan military intelligence establishment did was to think that they are bigger than the jihadi tanzeems. They didn't realize that while their influence is restricted to Pakistan, the jihadi tanzeems have a global network. So therefore, they need these jihadi tanzeems because there is an imperative for suicide bombers to carry out proxy war against India and Afghanistan. Now these armed forces and armed forces personnel cannot produce these designs or suicide bombers. So therefore they want jihadi tanzeems or any and every shade to produce this suicide bombers so that they can perpetuate the proxy war not only in India and Pakistan but the entire South Asian region. So therefore
there is a reality there also which hurts and
suicide bombers.
There is a reality. Colonel Singh, there is a reality
to
which hurts
produce
Pakistan every
these
time.
suicide bombers,
Because they cannot,
to
they can
produce these
never win in
suicide
direct
bombers,
combat.
they need madrasas.
No, Captain
and
Islam.
They need mullahs.
Captain
They need
Islam.
mullahs
None
to
of them are
father
madrasa
these
students. They
suicide
studied
bombers.
Colonel Singh,
So
Colonel
then,
Singh, Colonel Singh.
there is a Pakistan of madrasas
students of
and there is a
universities.
Pakistan
They
of
all
army
came from
public
affluent
schools.
families.
And what
They were
happened was
No,
that the
don't shout.
Pakistan of
There's nothing to
madrasas
shout in there.
came on heavy on
Please don't
Pakistan
make
of
up your
army public
bankruptcy by
schools.
shouting.
And that is why you had to
Don't
launch this
make up your
survey
lack of logic by shouting.
No, Colonel Shafqat
So-
Saeed.
No, come on, talk sense.
No,
In
Colonel
बच्चों
Shafqat
में
Saeed.
कोई भी दहशत
Colonel
Because you
Shafqat
have
Saeed.
been-
मदरसे का पढ़ा हुआ नहीं था.
Sir,
They all
urges.
came from
अरे
very
तुम
good
अपने
schools.
बच्चे को आर्मी
And they
पब्लिक
were
स्कूल में
children of
भेजते हो
Awami League
और वो
leaders.
मदरसों के बच्चे जो है जो कि
Come on,
मुल्ला
have a
उसको
heart.
पैदा करते हैं
Have a
उनको
heart.
तुम इस्तेमाल
Have a
करते हो
heart.
proxy
Okay,
war के लिए
Colonel Arasan Singh,
वही
I
लोग
want to
Singh,
interject
calm
here.
down.
Colonel Arasan Singh,
Colonel Singh,
Colonel Arasan Singh, please collect your thoughts. I'm going to interject here. I'm going to go back now to Ambassador Naqvi. And Ambassador Naqvi, the point that is coming up and the point that is arising from this debate is that it's not just India, it's not just Bangladesh. We are seeing now, there are reports from the entire region that there is a very strong and undeniable ISI link. Yeah, Major General G.D. Bakshi and Commodore G.J. Singh coming to both of you in just a minute. I want to get Ambassador Naqvi's response on what has been said so far. Ambassador
Any
Naqvi.
of you
I pity
Colonel Singh and Colonel Shafqat
Ambassador
Saeed,
Naqvi,
please calm
please,
down,
gentlemen.
gentlemen.
send your sons
Gentlemen, calm down.
carry out
Bring in the other
suicide attacks.
panelists.
I tell you, your own audience must be laughing at you.
I'm going to request the two colonels to calm down, please.
Your own audience must be
I'm
laughing
going to
at you.
request the two colonels to calm down,
And
please.
I
Colonel Saeed, please.
As I said in the beginning,
yes, Ambassador.
as I started to
and
say
Commodore.
out in the tell you in the beginning that this is a global problem that spans the entire region from Turkey to Bangladesh and now Indonesia, including Saudi Arabia. It is a problem that has to be faced by all the countries by collective action to deal with it. Now you start hurling accusations against the ISI, against Pakistan. That I don't think is correct. Number
No, but
one.
sir,
Number
sir,
two, it is
who do you mean when you say you?
irresponsible.
That's
It
the
is
point I'm trying to
irresponsible.
make. It is not India, it is not the Indian
Your
media,
channel-
it is what
your
senior ranking
channel-
ministers in Bangladesh
Yeah,
have said.
you
It is what the
began
Saudi
out-
government has said after they have clarified what exactly happened with the suicide
Saudi
bomber.
government has
It is
said
not
anything.
us. So who do you mean when
Bangladesh
you say
government
you?
has not said this. No,
Would you like me to
because
quote
the
exactly
Saudi
what
government
the
has
INB
not-
minister has said?
No, sorry,
I
listen.
have the exact
listen,
quote here. Would you like
listen
me to
me.
quote that?
The Saudi government has not said it. The Bangladesh government has not said it. The link between Pakistan and Bangladesh was created by the Indian media, which was completely refuted by Indian officials and by their official communication
Correct.
to the government of Pakistan.
Right.
So please be fair.
Right,
Please
so the voices
accurate.
from within the
Your-
government, when they
Jeddah,
speak
I
to the
just want to
camera as
tell,
an immediate reaction,
Ambassador
you will not
Naqvi
take that, but you will take
that-
what the official word comes across to Pakistan, because that is what you would want to give weight to, Ambassador, not the fact that there is this growing evidence and perception, and the reality is that there is a link to Pakistan whenever there is a terrorist activity that's happening in this region, and it's worrying. It's not something that we're very happy to discuss about. The fact is that, sir,
It is
it's not
worrying,
being
yes.
addressed.
It
It's
is
not being
worrying
addressed.
for
It's not being
Pakistan
addressed. You
also.
can't turn a blind
We are
eye to
a
this
victim.
reality,
We are a
Ambassador.
victim.
You can't turn a blind eye when your diplomats
We are a
get
vi-
sent
we
back
are-
from Sri
we
Lanka,
are-
from India, from Bangladesh, and
No,
from Afghanistan
no, that's
for
not true.
fomenting
That's
trouble
not true.
and for
That's
working
not
with
true.
militant outfits in
No
that region and trying to
diplomat was sent
radicalize
back
people and
from
fund
Sri Lanka.
and trying to push these
No.
to bring in these funds.
No
It's a worrying
diplomat
trend, sir.
was sent back
It's a
from
no,
Sri
Ambassador.
Lanka.
It's a worrying
No
trend.
diplomat.
Why was your diplomat sent
Why?
back
It is
in
a
December
worrying trend
2015?
because
Why
we
was
are-
she sent back? Will you own up and say that she was trying to work with the Jamaatul
Listen,
Jamaatul Mujahideen Bangladesh?
Pakistan.
That she was trying to
Just
arrange
listen,
funds for them.
Pakistan, listen to me,
Sir,
please.
it's an open.
Now
It's
you
an
have
open.
said enough.
Sir, it's an
Yeah,
open secret. It's an open
Pakistan
secret. Please
itself
accept it and
is
stop
a
it.
victim of
No, sir,
terrorism.
please accept it and stop it, because it's going to
Pakistan
consume
itself is a victim
Pakistan
of terrorism.
altogether.
Listen,
It's
if
going
you
to
don't
consume
want
your
to
own country,
hear
sir,
me,
in the end. That's
then
what's
you
going to
carry
happen.
on.
You're going to implode
I
and you're
don't have to
imploding
say
soon.
anything. No,
Major General General
is not
G.D. Bakshi.
correct. Again, you are being
Major General G.D.
irresponsible.
Bakshi.
You are being irresponsible.
No,
because
sir, you are the
not
one,
listening
sir,
to
with
me.
due respect.
You are not
With
listening
due
to
respect,
one word.
it is you who is being
You have
irresponsible
not
right now
heard one
without,
word.
for not wanting to accept the reality and the facts.
There was an attack in California.
I
It's all
told
spiraled
you,
out of
listen to
control.
me now. I told you,
Islamabad
we are
was not
ourselves
what
a victim of
Okay,
That's the
gentlemen, we
reality.
need to allow the other panelists to speak. I'm going to request you. I'm going to request you. We're going to go across now to Commodore G.J. Singh and Major General G.D. Bakshi. Yeah, Commodore G.J. Singh, let's come to you first, then Major General G.D. Bakshi. And gentlemen, please allow the others to speak. I would very, very humbly request you,
Yeah.
Commodore G.J. Singh.
Yeah, Tina, I just want to state some facts that if you look westward, as far as California, there was the terrorist attack. Those people who carried out this attack, their origins were traced back to Pakistan. You take now Jeddah. There again in Saudi Arabia, they have traced back their links to Pakistan. In Pakistan, the children from the young age are taught to hate India, and they are taught jihad. Now, wherever they go, they don't need to be indoctrinated. They already remain indoctrinated all along. And you look Afghanistan, you look at Bangladesh, you look at Malaysia, wherever you look in India, there had been 19 attacks in Bangladesh in the past 9 months. And somehow, somewhere, we find that there is, when you connect the dots, you find all the dots lead to Pakistan. And Pakistan has created not the factories now, it's a heavy scale industry. It's an industry where all kinds of terrorists.
That is your perception.
Okay, Ambassador Naqvi, before we come back to you, I want to take a point that you had raised, a question that you had raised. 1 second. I'm going to go back to Captain Islam. Because Ambassador Naqvi, you had raised the point. You had said that there is no such statement from the Bangladeshi authorities. Everything has been clarified. Let me once again clarify to you that the gentleman with us on the debate right now, Captain A.B. Tajul Islam, is chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee of Bangladesh. So we have a very strong voice here speaking on behalf of the Bangladeshi authorities. And therefore, Captain Islam, I come back to you with this. When the Bangladeshi authorities have said categorically that yes, this was a result of homegrown terror, have they completely negated the possibility of this homegrown terror being sponsored, fomented and encouraged by the ISI? Has the Pakistani hand not been mentioned more than once in this particular occasion?
Well, I don't know. The gentleman from Bangladesh has been talking about wars.
Yeah, let him talk. Let him answer the question, Captain Islam. Captain Islam. No, so let him answer the question.
I do not disturb
Let him
you.
answer the question and then respond to it. Allow him to answer the question and then respond to it. Captain Islam, please. Captain Islam, please.
Yeah, let me speak. Yeah. When the war criminals was tried in Bangladesh and sentenced to death by the court, and when the order was executed, why Pakistan has shown so much of reaction as if that they are their citizen, they are our citizen, they have committed a crime during war of liberation by butchering, by killing our intelligent, our people, our mother, our sister. Why Pakistan has to show reaction when we have tried our own war criminal? So it means that they were working for Pakistan. That's why Pakistan has shown their sympathy to them. And in Bangladesh, these are all apprehension. We feel that we believe that they are working and they are creating problem in other country. And if we can caught them red-handed, then we'll punish them again.
Right.
We will request Pakistan to use their resources for their development and their own people.
Right.
Please do not
speaking the language of
use
India.
Your resources to create problem in
into
other
the hands of Indians.
countries.
No.
That is what you are doing. Jamaat-e-Islami member, they were old 90-year people, you would hang them. And they were just...
Brigadier, you're a learned man, Brigadier, and Colonel Shafqat, Saeed, you both know the reality.
My submission, Brigadier Nawaz. During war of liberation, we have tried them. Why Pakistan was showing sympathy to them?
No, one sec. Now, Sheikh Hasina's political advisor Hussain Tawfiq Imam singled out links between Pakistan's ISI and the JMB, calling this attack an attempt to derail the government. This is soon after the Dhaka attacks. Okay, Bangladesh Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Sanaul Haq blamed the ISI for working to disturb the country and being a possible orchestrator of the deadly hostage attack. These are voices from within the Bangladeshi establishment. It's not something that you, like you're saying, is manufactured by the Indian media. It's not, sir. The reality is that more and more countries are worried about what's happening in Pakistan. We didn't force this question out of them. We didn't get nobody to hold them at gunpoint. They said this of their own volition. They said this of their own volition, and this is something based on an acceptance by your own person, which was that statement was retracted. But he said this, and he retracted the statement after there was a huge political controversy when they openly expressed support to the Jamaatul Mujahideen Bangladesh. And that's the reason why, because Bangladesh today believes that these boys were all affiliated to the JMB. That's the reality, sir. These are all educated boys, like you said, from Bangladesh, who have been radicalized in a manner of 6 to 8 months. They've been completely brainwashed, so brainwashed. Brigadier, that's the reality, sir.
Comment, please.
Yes. Now, the point is how they have come to know within 5 or 10 minutes that Pakistan or the ISI has done anything. I don't know what intelligence they have got. It is the way you people blame ISI, same way in the Bangladeshis have done it. That means they are highly influenced by you. Your Prime Minister go to India. He speaks about Pakistan. He says how he created Bangladesh. And Islamabad is totally remotely controlled by your government. That is what is their language.
But you know, sir,
they are your master voice.
Unfortunately,
why don't you understand?
The fact is that is the easiest argument that you can rely upon. When you're trying to say that the Indian media is fabricating this, and we are countering it with proof and quoting the exact statements made by the senior Bangladeshi ministers, this is the easiest and the most redundant argument that you can rely on, that the Bangladeshi establishment is a puppet of the Indian regime. It is the most redundant argument, but we thank you all the same for joining us on the show tonight. We thank all our guests from Pakistan for joining us on the show tonight, but the question remains, Pakistan needs to introspect and really think about what they need to do about this kind of terror which is growing on its soil. It is leaving its footprint across the region, and it is also the reason why Pakistan itself is the victim of terror as well.
Well, thank you very much for joining us on debate number 2 on the News Hour. Have to wind up, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us.